Hey everyone, thanks for checking out another episode. I'm John, your trail creator with Onyx Off-Road and Dirt Road Therapy. Today we're at AOAA, Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Area. It's an off-road park in eastern Pennsylvania, and we are headed out on Barney Rubble Trail, which is an intermediate blue trail. It's very rocky, and I think it's a really fun challenge. We're in my 2001 Jeep Cherokee on 37-inch tires. We're going to talk about kind of what things you should have before you come out here and conquer this trail. We will go through Onyx Off-Road's maps and how to find the trail from the park entrance, as well as how to stay on track once you're out there on the trail, because there are some deviations to the trail and sort of some different lines as well. This is part of the Jeep Badge of Honor system, so if you want that badge, you can go for that by checking in on their app. It is kind of at the further end of the eastern property, so we're gonna head over there right now. Follow along. So if we're getting to Barney Rubble from the parking lot, the fastest way is to just stick on East Anthracite Road, which is this wide multi-use road to almost the property line. We're gonna end up taking a right onto Trail 44, and East Anthracite Road kind of continues beyond that, like a few hundred feet, but that's the property boundary. So just look for Trail 44 on your right at kind of the very end of East Anthracite Road. We're at our turn for Trail 44 here. And this is where I'm going to shift into low range. Gets a little rocky. Nothing real obstacle, but definitely smoother and low. So taking the trails that we're taking to get here, we want to make sure that we stay on 41 here. We're heading out of the grassy area into the woods again here, and we're getting pretty close to the trailhead. So when I talk about deviations of the trail, I mean 49 is Barney Rubble, and there's multiple different ways to kind of come at it, and then it branches out into 3 sections here. There's also another inroad over here as well. Making the turn onto 49 Barney Rubble. A little bit of an awkward entrance coming in here. So that's how we came in. We're just walking back here to show what this part of the trail looks like, but this is where you would cross the creek here. Pretty much like a green level in this section here. Maybe like a 2 or a 3. Lots of stumps and roots. This is another alternate entrance off of 41 up here. And this was a little bit tighter, about the same size rocks as before. A little steeper coming down in right there. I'll show you what it looks like off of 41 up here. You kind of come in to the part of the trail that we drove through right at where the creek is coming down. So you almost missed the creek crossing coming down this way. You missed part of it. So you can see the trail is wide, and you really kind of want to pick whatever line looks like it's going to work best for you and your tire size. I am full-time locked in the rear with a torque locker, open in the front with a, well, locked in the front, but open with the locker off with a electric locker. In this type of crawling, I typically leave the front open, and then I'll lock it if I encounter a need for it. There's a fun ledge in this trail that I like to climb. Where the ledge is, you kind of got medium to the right, hard in the middle, easy to the left. And that's the trouble that I find myself in, where I'm going to want front locker. let's give you a better idea of how high this ledge is. Really about hip height for me. In my Jeep, I think primarily because there's not a whole lot of front overhang. What it does overhang in the front is pretty high. And I also have a lot of belly clearance as well. So there's nothing really to get hung up on in the middle. And that's why I just walks right up this. So if you're able to come up to this and your bumper, the front of your vehicle is not touching anything, you have a really good chance of getting up that. Definitely want to have an extra set of eyes on it if you're doing it for the first time and kind of figuring out the right way to come at it. So here we're taking the right line, which is definitely the bigger rocks, a little bit harder to line. But what's cool is you can really kind of weave your way through this no matter which way you want to go. And if you kind of find yourself in a spot where you're over your head or just not making it through, you could probably cut over to an easier section. The bigger the rocks, the more stable they're going to be. A lot of the small rocks in here are very loose. So you know you're going to have better traction in the bigger rocks, but bigger rocks require bigger tires. Don't forget about this amazing tool that you have at your fingertips in Onyx Off-Road, trail reports. You can check conditions before you go. Maybe there's some significant erosion or a downed tree. Maybe the trail's just open and perfectly normal. Either way, it helps to check right through the app, trail reports. Looping around to give this another go and show you kind of the easy line, and I'm going to avoid the ledge and then we're going to stick up to the left. But really this section that I'm in right now is the hard one that everybody has to get through. So kind of come up like you're going to go up the ledge and then bypass it to the left. And then we still have some big rocks to conquer, or at least to navigate around. It gets a lot easier from this point right here. Kind of daunting because you kind of have to go up, gets a little off camber, going around a tree, and then comes back down. It does feel really awkward. And I've got a rock in the front that I'm gonna have kind of tip me up here in a second. And that really should be the difficult section. So you can see all the harder stuff down in here to my right, and I'm just kind of taking this upper trail to the left. All right, guys, that's Barney Rubble. We're at the top here on Trail 17, and we can continue this way back to Trail 41 and loop back around. We can do it again. We can head back to the office, or we can continue on and explore the AOAA. There is a black trail directly across from this. If this wasn't enough of a challenge for you, that one will probably do it. For Barney Rubble though, guys, let me know in the comments. Are you going easier route to the left? Are you going medium route to the right? Or are you going for the most challenge up the center with the biggest rocks? If you have no lockers and are maybe about a 33-inch size tire on a more or less stock rig, stick to the left. You'll get through it. There's rocks you can stack everywhere. We even got in a Volkswagen Touareg on 33s with open diffs through that. The right side is definitely, for me, the most fun. This trail is just fun all around. You can come here with a group of people and everyone can kind of pick their own line, their own route through. and you can help each other by stacking rocks and winching if you need to. Let me know what you think of Barney Rubble, and I hope to see you out here at AOAA sometime soon. Until then, stay slow, stay curious, and I'll see you on the next one.